This is such a good example of the exact case I was talking about in this video. The video is about how to communicate potential points of conflict. And now today I got a comment saying this. You only explain the problem, which I can also relate to, but what's the solution of this problem? So I'll tell you exactly how the topic of that video how the topic of that particular video applies to this case. So I read your comment, RE 101. And now I have a choice, but sometimes I may have I may unconsciously decide on this choice. I can be like this. I talk about the solution in the video. What the fuck are they talking about? And what? I only explain the problem? No, I don't just explain the problem. And how can you not know the solution when I put it in the video for you? Now, when I think this, from my perspective, this makes sense because why? I'm the one who made the video, right? I made the video with a certain particular talking point in mind, and I try my best to communicate it. But the thing is, just because it's clear in my head, it doesn't mean that it's clear in your head after you listen to me. This is why some teachers are really good at their topics, but they don't necessarily have that skill in teaching, which is why a lot of people have bad grades in a teacher who's really amazing, right? So if I am seeing only from my perspective, I'm locked into this perspective that says, no, I explained everything perfectly. So what the fuck are you talking about? You're stupid. You don't understand it. I don't actually mean this. So I could reply to you this way, right? I could be like, I'm not wrong. Like, I don't only explain the problem. I tell you exactly what to do in the video. What did you just watch? That way, the entire point of this video is communicating potential points of conflict, right? I think I made the point clear. But the thing is, it's clear also that you did not understand the solution of the problem, right? So instead of me approaching it like how I did in the first half of this video, I communicated like this. Hey, Ari. Well, I mean, sorry, you're still feeling a little bit, under guided. I'm sorry. I should have explained. I should have explicitly said, "Hey, so here's the problem and here's the solution," right? But to reiterate the point of the video, right? The point of the video is we get locked into our perspective by default, and when we do that, it's kind of difficult to see how sometimes from other perspectives we can come off as wrong, right? So. In the later part of the video, I give you a pretty specific example, right? Where I say, hey, you did that wrong. When you do that, it's likely to trigger the defense mechanism. So instead of that, I say, hey, RE 101, I got something I want to talk about with you. And basically, I made a video 4 days ago with the intention of explaining how to communicate with other people when there's like a topic of potential conflict, right? So in making that video, I thought I was pretty clear about how to approach the topic, right? And what motivates that kind of a thinking. And but I think based on your reaction, I think the how I conveyed it could be a little bit less clear, right? But I want to help you, right? That's the whole point of me having a YouTube channel. So I was wondering if you could explain to me your situation a little bit so that I can contextualize um, the answer to your situation a little bit better. So then you will understand how to kind of like solve for this problem, right? But in general, the solution to the problem, which I'm going to reiterate and emphasize, is, hey, we begin by understanding that we may need to do some work in getting on the same page. So I think this way, but it's clear that we're not in agreement. So I want to hear your perspective about why you think that way. Like engaging and getting into the conversation with this kind of a perspective and with this kind of a mindset, it can really change the dynamic of the whole conversation. So when I approach it like this, it's very different from the first scenario where I'm like, I did everything right. And there's no disdain, there's only mutual respect. Or rather, you can still be upset at me, you can still yell at me. But the thing is, I'm approaching you with respect, and that feels good to me. And I can understand that you may be frustrated at some things because why? I've been frustrated before, so it's completely understandable. When I approach conflicts like this, there's no reason for me to be stressed. So I hope this was a little bit more specific for you, but if you have a certain specific scenario or like a context that you need kind of discussed, feel free to let me know and then I can make a follow-up video about that.